and welcome back to the channel. This channel has taken off a bit more than I had originally planned, so I just want to give a quick reintroduction to who I am. My name is Katie, and my husband Keaton and I just moved to Christchurch, New Zealand from Nebraska, and we are very, very excited because we have officially been here for 1 month. And if you can hear an echo in this video, it's because we just moved into our rental home here, and we are so excited. Our shipping container isn't going to be here until around mid-August. We are very grateful that Keaton's coworkers are offering to let us borrow some pots and pans, plates, cutlery, cups, everything that we need to get us by for now, and then we might buy some outdoor furniture that we keep inside for the time being. But I just wanted to make a quick video about our first month here in New Zealand, more things that we have noticed, and just kind of how we're doing, and catch everybody up to speed. Things are going really, really well. We were in an Airbnb for a month, and then we did a house sit for a weekend, and then we were in another Airbnb for a week, and now we are officially here for the next 18 months. And we're so excited about that. I finally unpacked all of our bags. All of our clothes are either, kind of hung up or just laying on the floor, as organized as they can be because we don't have any furniture. But I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. Happy to not move or live out of a suitcase again. So happy to be here. One really silly thing that I've noticed about Christchurch, of the 4 places that we've now stayed in for a good amount of time, all of the water pressure in the shower is incredible. And I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous that that's something that I've noticed. In Nebraska, it varied quite significantly. Maybe you went to a friend's house or a hotel, and the water pressure could be really great or the water pressure could suck. And so I'm just flabbergasted that every time I take a shower, the water pressure is really great. A little bit of an update on driving on the left side. It's gotten very easy. I don't think about it being a different side anymore. The only thing is, in America, you can turn right on red, and so if the light is red but no one's coming, you can make a turn. But here, you can't turn left on red. You have to either wait for the signal will turn green, or there will be a green arrow that will turn green and you can turn. I feel pretty confident driving now, and that feels really good. It feels really good to drive around and recognize streets and places and where I am in Christchurch, and think, oh, there's a grocery store over there, or oh, I know that there's a gas station that has cheap gas, which doesn't exist right now, but less expensive gas over here. It just feels really good to have it start feeling familiar, if that makes sense. Keaton did unfortunately contract COVID. We are not sure where it came from, and he only tested positive once with a rapid test at home, and I actually tested negative every single time that I tested. We had to isolate for a week. Thank goodness there's grocery pickup or grocery delivery, and we had tons of people asking us if they needed to bring us anything. Keaton got a little get well box from work that was delivered to our door, and it was just so sweet. So we're very lucky. Keaton's symptoms were very mild, and I didn't have any at all and tested negative. Once again, not really sure where it came from. We are masked everywhere we go inside, but the borders are opening, and I think it's kind of going around a bit more here in Christchurch, and so we have come off very lucky that neither of us got very sick, and we're still just going to be taking extra precautions wherever we go so that I don't contract it now. As far as grocery shopping and things go, we've discovered there's kind of 3 main grocery stores. It's Countdown, Pack and Save, and New World. And if I have heard right / paid attention to the news, it's kind of a bit of an issue that there's those 3 main ones. I think it's really hard for other shops to either stay open because they kind of have control over the market, which is not good. But Pack and Save is more of a big bulk store. It tends to be the cheapest. Countdown seems to be about mid-range, and then New World is a little bit more expensive. But I love that there are reusable bags everywhere, no plastic bags. I finally am starting to remember to bring the plastic bags into the car from the house and take them into the store. I'm finally starting to remember. And there are little signs in the parking lot of the grocery store as well that say, remember your bags. I think people often talk about like, oh, New Zealand is so expensive. And it's true, things are expensive. But if we go out to dinner, say a meal is more expensive than maybe it would be in the States when you look at the menu, but then you think in the States there's extra tax and then you also tip. And so by the time you look at the price in New Zealand, like that's what you're paying, which is actually really nice. Same at the grocery store, no extra taxes tackled on. It's not like, okay, you do the math in your head as to what you think your groceries are gonna cost, and then you ring them up in America, and then it ends up being $10 or so more depending on how much you buy because of the extra tax. So that's really nice to not see here in New Zealand. Obviously, we have not gotten a like utility bill or things like that quite yet because we just moved into our rental, but we don't pay for water here in Christchurch. Another thing that I think is interesting about renting homes, the whiteware or the appliances, so like a fridge and a microwave, don't necessarily come with the house or flat that you're renting, or the washer and dryer. We bought a washer and dryer from the previous tenants actually because they were moving out of the country, and we're still looking for a fridge to buy. They're very expensive if you buy them from an actual store. We're looking on Trade Me and Facebook Marketplace to try and see if we can find one secondhand that's a little bit cheaper. And then we need to buy a microwave as well. There was a decent priced one at Kmart today, but unfortunately they were out of stock. That's another thing, Kmart. In the town that I grew up in, it was a decent sized town and there was a Kmart. But I don't know, maybe when I was in late middle school or early high school, the Kmart closed, and I think all Kmarts in America closed down. I could be very wrong, I could be very mistaken, so excuse me if I'm incorrect. So it was so interesting to see a Kmart here and see it alive and thriving and go shopping in it. I remember being little and going into Kmart and watching them close down. So to see them here is really interesting, but I enjoy it, and I wouldn't necessarily equate it to Target in the States, but maybe one step down from Target. It's hard to compare. That's the thing. It's hard to compare stores because they're similar but different in their own ways, if that makes sense. So it's hard to say, oh, this is exactly like this, because it's not. Also, there's normally not central heating and cooling in houses or apartments like there normally is in America. So we got very lucky. We found a house with double glazed windows and a heat pump, and then there is another little heater in the hallway to keep it warm and then cool. During the summer, we'll just open up the windows, but that is very unique. I think coming from America, most homes have central heating and cooling. Depending on your location, in Nebraska, most had central heating and cooling and double glazed windows, but not every house here has double glazed windows. So that changes kind of how cold the house is, or obviously how hot the house gets in summer. We went and looked at a few houses with single pane windows, and it was very, very chilly. And so even if you have a heat pump, a lot of that time the heat escapes. And so we looked very hard to find our house with double glazing. And we're very happy that we have it. Another thing that is interesting that I actually am a fan of, even though at first I was like, I know that's kind of annoying, stores close earlier. And so I think we found a mall one day and it was closing at like 4 o'clock. And I was like, oh shoot, like we can't walk around or we can't see anything or whatever, we'll have to come back. And stores just close earlier. And I think it's great, honestly, because then that allows for like their workers to go home to their families, where in America things can be open until 10 p.m. or 7 p.m. or whatever, which is convenient for sure convenient, but then those people are away from their families at night. And so I actually think it's pretty cool that stores close earlier, and so we just have to make a priority to go to the stores if we need to go to them before they close, and just remember that things close earlier. The last thing that I'll state for now is once again how kind everyone is here. I mean, from Keaton's coworkers to our landlord, so many people have offered furniture and everything that we need for our home before our shipping container comes, and we're just so grateful to have so many people looking out for us here. Our landlord was just saying, you're so young and you're so brave for coming here, and I just want to help you the best I can because you're here by yourself and you don't have anything, you don't have any of your stuff. She was like, if I can give you anything that makes your life here better, you just let me know. And she was just so kind, and so many people are the exact same way, and we are incredibly grateful for their generosity and their kindness, and it's just pure. It's so pure. We're so grateful to be here in New Zealand for so many reasons, but the kindness that has been shown to us makes me believe in humanity a little bit more than what I was feeling back at home in America. Thank you all so much again for watching, and if you're new here, I hope you come along on our journey. If you have anything that you want me to talk about, or if you're from New Zealand and you have an opinion about anything that I've said, let me know and I'll chat about it to you in the comments or make another video. Once again, this was originally just for my friends and family back home to kind of keep up with us, but we've got new friends here, and it's great and lovely to see so many people interact and give us advice. And if there's anybody watching that is moving to New Zealand from anywhere in the world, I commend you, and I think that you are on the journey of a lifetime. So thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon.